All praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shah, Bashem Kakadash, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Um, Now, when you look at these rabbis, it's clear once you look at the evidence. Now, one of the head rabbis, he was always saying that uh, the non-Jews, which he believed himself to be a Jew, the non-Jews was made to be servants to the Jews. And so that was a major quote that was going around and that he was making. And so in the Torah, it talks about this in Leviticus 25. But it only talked about servitude, you see. And so this is why we know that Amalek is the one that's in control of the situation, which Amalek is the adversary of God and the devil. See, when you go into the scriptures, it show you how Amalek was always against God, and he was the top tribe of the Edomites. You see, and even in Psalms 83, it named Edom the tabernacles of Edom, but it also isolated one tribe of Edom, Amalek, the grandson of Edom, of Esau. See, his grandson became a nation and had descendants, and his descendants, these are the ones that's being focused on in these last days. Let's go to the scriptures and see what is said about these Amalekites. Now, when you go into Genesis 36, it gives you the family tree of Esau. And when you get to, let's see here, verse 9, it says, and these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. Okay, you get to verse 12, it says, and Teman was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son. Salakim. So Esau had a son. Salakim. So Esau's son had a son. So his son, Eliphaz, had Amalek. Okay, so when you go into the history of Amalek, you got to understand that this is Esau's grandson, Eliphaz's son. These are children of Esau. So anything pertaining to Esau pertains to Amalek also, because he's children of Esau. So let's go into when King Saul had a run-in with these Amalekites. And the Lord was instructing him dealing with these Amalekites. It says, thus says the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. So you got the Edomites, the so-called white man, but you got a group of the white man or a tribe that's a part of the white Edomite nation that's called Amalek. And these were the ones that Israelites when they first came out. Now let's go back and get a clearer context real quick. Genesis 36, it says Amalek. Now when you go down to 31, it says, and these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom before there reigned any king over the children of Israel. So you had kings, and they was naming themselves dukes. You see, so Amalek was just one of the grandsons. Look at verse 19. It says, these are the sons of Esau, who is Edom, and these are their dukes. So they didn't call them tribes. They was calling them dukes, meaning they had kings and rulers that was over their nation. So they was multiplying, and they didn't categorize themselves with like the 12 tribes. Jacob had 12 sons. He didn't multiply in that way. They had dukes, where you had Eliphaz had the Amalekites, and then it went from there, and they started multiplying. And so when you get, let's go back to 1 Samuel 15. It said that the Amalekites, out of all the other Edomites, they was there waiting for the Israelites to come out of Egypt. Verse 3, it say, because the Lord brought this up to Samuel. He said, now he's talking to King Saul, because Samuel is the prophet. He's the mouth of God, just like the Israelites today are the mouth of God. They're telling the people of Israel. Now, so Samuel also said unto Saul. So Saul is speaking for the Lord, and he's telling Saul, King Saul, what to do. He's saying, the Lord told me to tell you such and such and such and such. So you get to verse 3, it say, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, both slave, both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. You see, he told, Samuel told Saul that the Lord told him to kill everybody that's a part of this family, from the women, the children, and the animals. Okay, then when you go back to Exodus, let's get what Moses declared concerning this Amalek. Verse 16, getting right to the point, Moses made an altar. Verse 16 say, for he said, because the Lord have sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Okay, they have war with Amalek. What's some of the conditions of this war? Let's go to Ezekiel 36, Ezekiel 36, verse 5. It said, therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea. That Idumea is a Greek word for Edom, and it's mainly talking about Amalek, which have appointed my land in their possession. That's 1948ers. See, they appointed that land in their possession. They was given a decree from Hitler, and Hitler gave them money, a money transfer of their goods. See, he wrote in law that these individuals can go back or go to Palestine, and he's going to send their money with them. See, why was you writing that in law, but you trying to do it King Saul was told to do, and kill all of these people? That don't match. If I'm trying to exterminate y'all, I'm not finna give y'all money and send y'all to another land. But that's just a part of history. It said, which have appointed my land in their possession with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So this is what Amalek, who is the main pushers of Edom, or the so-called white man. See, the main organizer, the main engineer, the main power source of Edom. Now, when you go into, let's see here, Numbers. Numbers lets you see how Amalek is the main source of these Edomites. Is the main source of the so-called white man. Okay, it says, okay, this is 24, Numbers 24, verse 20. Now it talks about the star coming out of Jacob. That's Jehovah, who they even call Jesus Christ. When he come, he's gonna make Edom a possession. Verse 18, and Edom shall be a possession. Shir shall also be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. So they're going into slavery. All of the so-called white peoples are going into slavery if their lineage don't go back to the Israelites. Now it says, verse 20. Look what it focuses on. After it named Edom, it focused on Amalek. It said, and when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. You see, Amalek was a key tribe and one of the head organizers of the Edomites, the so-called white man. And he's saying that these non-Amalekites, pretty much, non-Amalekites don't deserve to live. That's what he said now. Mind you, he's trying to take the identity of Jacob. But he's saying that the other people don't deserve to live. Now, what did Habakkuk, which was talking about Amalek, he say God came from Teman. Now, Teman is the son of Esau. So this is a book dedicated to the Edomites also, Habakkuk. So when you go to verse 2, it tells you clearly. Well, chapter 2. Now verse 4 say, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Talking about these Edomites. Verse 5, yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Yeah, these so-called Amalekite small hats, they control all nations. They got peoples in all nations making all kind of deals and bribing them and doing all kind of economical war strategy, or using all kind of economical war strategy to gain power and control over these people. It says that neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. You see, these Amalekites are the representation of death. Them the ones that's doing all the man at the top of the food chain. They the head honcho. You see, they the man that's engineering and controlling things, even though they're being held up and supported by the rest of their peoples, which are other Edomites, but they the ones on the throne. See, they the king of the Edomites. That's the best way to say it. And they represent death. Let's get that in Revelation. See, he ain't just said it in one place. He said it in two places. It says in verse 4 of chapter 6, that these Edomites is gonna be the one that's battling the Most High. It's just like in Exodus, they say Amalek is gonna war with the Lord forever, pretty much, as long as he exists. Then when you get to verse 8, it goes into the Amalekites because they're pale. It describes how they look. He said, and look, and behold, a pale horse. See, the Amalekites and the so-called white man, they are pale. They're the only people on earth that get pale. See, the people that can produce melanin, which is the other 90% of the population in the world that can produce melanin, they can't get pale. They don't get pale. See, only a dragon get pale. A white man. It says, and his name, now to go a little bit more details on that white man, they only 7% of the population because the 10%, 3% of them is children and women. So only 7% is a so-called red dragon. Now it says, and his name that sat on him was Death. These dragons represent death. They got poison in the water. They got poison in the food. Got plastic all over the place. See, these people are dead. They poison in the ocean. Got plastic flowing through the ocean. That's why you got a plastic waste uh, organization trying to sue, get lawsuits on these people because they done poisoned the ocean and the animals and destroyed freaking the earth. And so it said, and hell followed with him. See, the grave. That's all that hell represents. The grave is going to follow this man. He going to be the one to cause people to drop dead. Then it say, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth. See, these Amalekite, Edomite, the so-called white man, he the one got the power. It said that he got the power to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So he's gonna be given that sword of the Lord because the Lord doing all the killing. But he's gonna give Esau and these Amalekites the power to kill disobedient peoples. See, he's not gonna give them the power to kill too many righteous people. If he let them kill a righteous man, that's gonna be uh, a martyr. He's gonna be martyred just like with Jehoshua. It's gonna be a sacrifice for the nation, and they gonna come back as a ruling king with great power. See, they just not gonna die like a wicked person. Now, let's see here. Let's get that sword real quick. Psalm 17 and 13. It says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is your sword. So these Amalekite Edomites is the sword of the Lord. When individuals want to be disobedient and want to scoff the prophets, when we telling them that the so-called white man is the devil and Satan, they want to scoff that. And then he gonna allow these dragons to kill him. Because let's get that in Ecclesiastes. See, when they want to trust their enemy, he gonna allow the enemy to kill them. They say never trust your enemy. Verse 10, never trust your enemy, for like as rusted, so is his wickedness. So like iron rust, so is his wickedness. Salakia. So then when you go to verse 13, it says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come near a wild beast? Meaning, who gonna pity these people when we tell them that this man is the beast in the Bible? He is the devil. He is the serpent. He is Satan. And they go try to charm up to him and go near him, you see, and try to be his buddy, and he bite they behind, and they die from poison. See, which he done changed the definition of that. Now he's saying that poison can fly through the air and get into any person that it touch. And these people believe it. And they allow him to put more poison in their body. See? But this is what these people represent, death. And let's go ahead and round it up with that. Our peoples, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they're going to choose to believe and to trust their enemies. And this going to mean death for them. So they're going to be choosing death. That's why his name is Death. He is that pale horse, these Amalekites, these Edomites, the so-called white men. It says, and death, verse 3, and death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places where I have driven them. See, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans was driven around the world on slave ships and through many captivity. See, in slavery under their oppressors. They're gonna choose death rather than life. See, the majority of them. That's why Yahweh shall say the road to death is gonna be a broad road. Many gonna go on that road. But the road to life, only a few is gonna choose that road. See, the majority of the evil Israelites are gonna be on, they're gonna choose death, man. They're gonna choose to trust their enemy. And the Lord gonna use him like a sword and cut they behind down. But I'm gonna leave it there. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, Bashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.